I am so sorry. Well, I guess you won't really figure it out until you watch the next video. But I thought corrections was the third week, but it was the fourth, and I said it was week 3. But week 3 was professional standards, ID and records, and civil. It was kind of an interesting one. It felt really long. Her name was Hannah Zabel. She talked to us about records and just fingerprinting, firearms, and something interesting about her slideshow was the fingerprinting stuff. And how they don't use ink anymore. And use the digital pads now. And during the pandemic, she said that they were really struggling to keep up with the work that was coming in, just because there wasn't that many staff. So it kind of made it hard and difficult for that department to kind of keep up with the pace of things. Another thing that I found interesting, I think I heard it this way, is that non-citizens, so residents, are allowed to get firearms with some sort of, like, what do I call it? With some sort of, like, permit, I guess, that they'd have to renew every year. I'm not entirely sure, though. I definitely want to, like, know about that, because I didn't think that would be allowed or legal, but it's kind of been on my mind since. Not for any particular reason, but I just didn't really think that that would be allowed or illegal. But yeah. The next slideshow was Chief James Triplett. James Triplett, we've seen him a couple times in our academy. Great guy. He's done a bunch of stuff at the sheriff's office. He kind of talked about the OPS mission, that our practices and policies in line, so just following the rules and staying to the word. His slideshow was kind of interesting. He talked about complaints with the deputies that have came in, and like ones that are false and ones that are true. Most of them were false. So like if a deputy were to stop somebody and somebody claims that the deputy just cussed her out, was calling her this and that, or him this and that, and he'd look into it and just figure out that none of that happened. But it was really interesting to me. And another thing that we talked about is the civil division with Deputy Smith. Pretty much he kind of just kept it short and simple, and he just said he would serve warrants and stuff, and just go serve people. And what I liked was that he showed a couple videos, and it was of him or like evicting somebody and how they did it. And in one of the videos, it was really interesting because it was by Patton, and it was pretty much a homeless trap house, and he went in there, and at first he didn't see anybody. And you like walk in, to the right was the living room, and to the left was the kitchen. And he like searched the whole house until he came back to the living room, and he found the purse. And obviously there was a bunch of drugs and needles and hazard stuff all over, so they were really careful and evicted that person, which is great. But that was my week 3.